What is up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. We are live. We are coming back from just one of the most ridiculous weekends I've been a part of. We've got a great show for you guys tonight. We've got a lot of guests coming on tonight. We're probably going to recap the Barrels for Hope event. I think most of you probably know, and I am going to say hey to everybody in the chat. So just let me know. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But we're gonna recap the Barrels for Hope event where we donated $40,000 to charity last week, which was absolutely incredible. And we're gonna bring some of the boys on, some of the crew, and we're gonna do a blind flight. We've also got some guests that are going to be popping in probably around 7:30 tonight just to talk about the year-end event. But we'll go through each thing step by step. It was just an absolutely unbelievable event. I mean, I had good expectations for it, and it was, I mean, if I would have had exceptional expectations, it would have exceeded everything. It was absolutely ridiculous. Renee and I have we're still talking about it, still just amazed by all the people that came out, all the money we were able to raise, and then all the things that happened at the event that set us up for year two. I mean, we're a Nashville Barrel Company donated an entire barrel to us. American Cancer Society donated this crazy bottle, which we're going to raffle off. It was just an unbelievable night. And that was all surrounded by the assassination attempt on Trump, which we will get into. So it was absolutely crazy night all the way around. But let's bring the crew in. I'll bring them all in at once here. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
Yo, what's going on?
Everybody made it home safe and sound. Just some of us have COVID.
It happens. You got to play hurt sometimes.
That's right. That's right. How are you feeling, Brad?
I'm feeling way better than yesterday. If this had been yesterday, there's no way I would have been able to come on. A steroid shot and some medication. I'm getting there.
You sound good, man. You sound really good. Yeah, Renee sounds worse than you.
Yeah, you sound better than I do.
Are you sick too, Mike? Yeah.
I had a sore throat, and then on Sunday and then Monday I started to just feeling a little sluggish, and then today or Tuesday and Wednesday I just started coughing.
Yeah, Renee, we woke up Monday and I felt like something was a little off, and Renee didn't sound great. And we went to work and then came home and then got a text from Brad that he had COVID. And I was like, oh shit, we should probably test. And so Renee tested, and Renee was positive. I tested negative. But I still feel like I have a little something, but the other time I had COVID, it kicked my ass. So I don't know. I feel pretty good. So don't really feel like I have much. So it's because it was all. Well, I told Renee it was all the bourbon that we drank, but Brad, you drank bourbon too over the weekend, and it got you. So that must not be it.
But maybe that's why it's not so bad day two. You know.
That's right. Well, guys, I wanted to spend the first hour just kind of recapping the year-end event, and I guess just kind of first just get your general thoughts. Did you guys have a good time?
Fabulous.
It was fun.
Absolutely epic.
Better than
Yep.
Better than expected.
And I expected a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I was running it, we joked. Josh and I joked if Josh and I were running it, we would have just like pulled the tailgate down on the truck and had a bottle share. But Kim absolutely knocked it out of the park. It was a crazy event.
And our food with you and Josh probably would have been like White Castle suitcases or something.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, we'll get into all that. So the first thing we did on the at the event was Friday at 4, we loaded up some shuttle buses and went over to Bourbon Pursuit. While most of their offerings were kind of what I expected, the double oaked blew my mind. It was so good. You guys got a bottle of that, right?
Yeah.
Not Ben. Ben wasn't there yet, but so I'm gonna pour a little bit. But if you guys are ever in Louisville, man, you got to get this bottle.
I've got that much left.
Whoa!
You've been getting after
You ain't
it.
been playing. You haven't been playing around, have you?
My brother-in-laws had a few glasses last night, and that's about as far as it got.
The nose on this thing is insane.
It's
So it's definitely like all the caramel and butterscotch in the world. It is so good.
I
man.
have never gotten more butterscotch on a whiskey.
I mean, I got a lot of butterscotch on some of Hard Truth stuff, but this rivals that. It's really good.
Yeah. It smells like a caramel pecan sticky bun. That's what it smells like to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Can you smell, Brad?
A little bit, but I wasn't able to be there. So,
all right, let me say hi to some people. Top Dog, what's up, dude? Brian Rasky, he was at the year-end event. Tater Dom's in the house. What's up, dude? 4 Leaf Whiskey. Corey's going to join us a little bit later. Corey, I haven't really talked to Corey, but since the year-end event, but he sent us an awesome email that was much appreciated.
Is Corey from Iowa?
Yeah.
I met. He's really cool. I talked to him at Starlight.
Yeah, Corey's a great guy. Corey's the guy that got me the Wild Turkey 12 years, which you got one of.
Yep, that's
good bottles.
That was one of the parts of the weekend, was getting to put some faces to the names we see pop up on the chats a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cladow, Ron's in the house. What's up, dude? So it was great meeting him over the weekend too. It was really awesome meeting him. I got to talk to him for a lot. So he says, get yourself a hottie toddy, Brad.
I like it.
Philip Travis is in the house. What's up? Kevin, how's it going, man? You didn't join late. You're right on time.
No.
Daniel K is in Cabo. Nice. Cheers, buddy.
Nice.
All right. So I've got so I thought what we'd do is just kind of go through this a little bit. I have a ton of pictures from the weekend. It was just such a good time. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Pursuit United, but it's just a warehouse, man. I mean, it's got some history to it, but it's literally just a warehouse. So it was also weird meeting Kenny because everybody's so used to his voice, and every time I hear his voice, I'm mowing the yard, listening to his podcast. So I felt like I should be mowing the yard when he started talking. But but it was Pursuit United was fun. I mean, it didn't blow my socks off, but I mean, if we're being honest, Kenny kind of seemed tired. We got there at the end of the day. He seemed like he was beat to me. But we still had a great time. So they gave us, they broke down their blend into 3 different samples, and then gave us the blend, and then gave us a toasted. And the toasted I really liked. I thought, man, that beats anything that we've had. And then they gave us the double oaked, and I was like, forget everything else, just give me the double oaked.
Right. Yeah.
That is the reason that I even did that experience, was because I'd heard so many good things about the double oaked. I'm like, I got to get in there and hopefully get some of that.
So yeah, Mike, me too. But a lot of people, everybody goes crazy over double oaked, and I'm not a super double oaked fan. So I was assuming that I wasn't going to like it near as much as everyone else was. But I was wrong. It is as good as the hype.
It's excellent. Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the three parts of the blend? And
I was blown away actually at how much the Bardstown portion of it tasted like Beam to me. Really nutty to me. Honey, brown sugar. I was just like, gee, are you sure this isn't Beam? I know it's at Bardstown, but it tasted a lot like Beam.
That was the first sample, right?
Yes. Yep.
So
and then
that tasted like cream corn to me. It tasted kind of youthy and
yeah. So I really liked that one out of, was it New York?
That was the third sample, right?
Yeah, I think that was the weeded one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, but go ahead, Ed.
Too. Oh, I was surprised with that too. I didn't have any expectations on it because I've never really had much Finger Lake stuff, but it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, what was really interesting about Pursuit was kind of the history of the grounds that they have their warehouse on. But also it's going to be cool to see two things. Number one, I heard they're also coming out with a double oaked rye. And if it's as good as the double oaked bourbon, I'm in. And then two, they had some they're trying to revive some old labels. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like what was the Melwood?
Melwood.
And then what was that? There was that black label. But yeah, that'll be cool once they get their trademarks and they start bringing those back. It was pretty neat to see as I was driving home. The route when it took me out of town is on, I think it's 264, but there's an exit for Melwood Road or Melwood Avenue. And it's like, oh, that's cool. I wouldn't have paid no attention to it prior to going there. Didn't know what Melwood meant, but it's pretty neat to know that guy Millwood owned all that ground, but got it messed up in a clerical error. So that was fun.
So now it's Melwood.
It's amazing how much that happened back then, because you think about like Heaven Hill and that one. I'm sure it happened more than that. I think they were not as on it as they are now.
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. Overall, it was a good time. It was something to do on Friday. That was pretty fun. But then we got back to the Hyatt, and we had the Spire all to ourselves. I'll show a couple more pictures from. That was Earl, and then Mike Edwards, and that's my uncle. He loved the double oak too. Then we got back to the hotel. We went up to the Spire, and that's Corey and his wife, and then Than and his wife. But the Spire
that was so cool.
Was super cool, right?
Yeah.
The only problem was there was no time for dinner, and all we had was appetizers and drinks up in the Spire. So, I mean, I was eating. We had like a charcuterie kind of thing layout that was nice, but after that I was starving.
Yeah, I just ate all of the charcuterie. So
I had much cheese. I don't know what all that charcuterie stuff y'all talking about.
Charcutes give you toots. That's what they say. So we had a cool banner. This is my uncle, my aunt. Awesome. There's Renee. I don't know who that guy is. There's
I don't know them guys.
That guy's Kevin. That was awesome to meet Kevin. Super nice guy.
Yeah, he was cool.
And then there's Ron, and was that Ron's son, or was I can't remember, but
I don't remember if that was Ron's son
guy.
Or not.
Yeah.
But after that, the bottle share. The bottles were just, I mean, this is one of 3 suites that we had.
Right.
And one of the highlights was, Dusty Dan, he's got to bring, this was, it was Cascade that was made in the old Stag distillery. I think it was it 1951 or something?
40 something.
1941 or 40.
Yeah.
1941. I think. 41. So the bottle share was just amazing. I also had some 1980 old Granddad.
Yep.
There's just, I mean, so much good whiskey.
We had some pre-prohibition stuff the next night.
Yeah, the next night we had stuff distilled in 1916, which is
that was
crazy. That's what gave everybody COVID.
That stuff was crazy. That stuff was crazy.
We got the pre-prohibition COVID.
Right. Every one of the Nashville Barrel picks, the stuff of whiskey picks. I mean, every one of them things was just a hitter. I mean, those things are so good.
They're ridiculous, aren't they?
So good. Yes, absolutely.
I don't know how they can perform at such a high level I mean, because I agree 100% with Ed. Every one of those Nashville barrel picks I had obviously the one we had was great, and these other picks were equal as good. I mean, all really high quality.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my God. So good.
Thing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like all those Nashville Barrel Company picks up there all compete for Whiskey of the Year stuff.
Easily. Yep.
And a couple years ago, I was saying I wouldn't pay $85 for Nashville, and we had 5 or 6 in our raffle. They all went for over $200.
Right. And there was only one bid on 4 bottles of Foregate.
Yeah, Foregate didn't move. Nashville Barrel Company we didn't have enough of it.
Yeah, there's your commercial right there, Nashville Barrel Company.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
I mean,
oh man. So the bottle share Friday night was awesome, and I did a really good job of not going in too hot and pacing myself and just having little samples of a bunch of different things. But I mean, honestly, that, like you guys said, like one of the things I wanted more than anything was I just went to the Nashville Barrel Company bottles. They're just so good, man.
I did. Yeah.
I guess I ended up. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
I guess I ended up leaving that Old Charter Oak bottle. I couldn't find it at the end.
Oh,
so I don't know who got it, but yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I left the ADHD blend from Bardstown.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that bottle share ended in a 12:35 Domino's pizza order is what that ended up.
Actually, both nights for you ended in pizza.
I was literally ready to gnaw my arm off I was so freaking hungry. And I'm like, I got to get something to eat. So, yep.
I think the only thing that I would have even traded for more food would have been about 10 degrees cooler on the temperature. That's the only other thing there that night.
Oh.
First night, it's a gorgeous view, and it was set up nicely, but I think someone in operations at the hotel goofed a little bit.
You should have been at Pursuit at Pursuit's warehouse.
Oh yeah.
Good grief, that was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I don't know if what was going on, but they had a couple of those big ass fans, and they'd gotten some kind of swamp cooler.
But
they didn't read that. It did smell awful. It smelled like a barn that had been like all stove up for about 2 years in the heat.
Yeah, it was bad.
But Kenny didn't read the instructions, knowing that you're supposed to soak the media for 5.5 hours, 5 to 6 hours before you fire it up. So she wasn't very cold.
Yeah, no, it felt honestly when we were tasting whiskey, it felt like they threw us in a damp, moldy sock. We were just sitting there in heat and mold and wind blowing on us. It was
yeah.
That part wasn't too enjoyable.
No.
Top Dog says Barrels for Hope NBC is still his favorite. That's awesome, man.
It's good. I just cracked mine yesterday. So
Kevin said picked up another NBC on Monday afternoon after the year-end event. Oh, nice.
Excellent.
When I head home tomorrow, I'm going to stop and probably stay the night in Nashville or that area, and I'm going to try to stop by there either Friday or Saturday. I don't know if they're open Saturday, but
Cladau says NBC did a 19-year Foursquare rum finished in their barrels late last year. Good Lord. I bet that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Susan Mattingly says, congratulations on all your success. Thanks for giving back and helping so many people. Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. Equal Opportunity Guns just made it to the stream. I see a bunch of awesome folks I met over the weekend. Awesome, man.
Nice.
All right. So after that, we woke up the next day. And we got on some shuttle buses. I honestly, guys, I thought we were going to have school buses. So to see shuttle buses.
Yeah.
School buses, at least the windows went down.
Yeah. Because that was hot too.
The way there wasn't bad. The way back was the rough.
Yeah, the way back was hot. But the way there, like, man, I didn't know if our bus was going to get to Starlight.
I mean, what did he get like the app at Dollar General or something? Because I'm telling you, that route he took, I was like, where in the hell are
Yeah.
Yeah. We barely made it. It was like,
oh
I
shit.
mean, it was tight. It was a tight fit.
Yeah.
It was
we
the
were
original TomTom.
power lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit power
Yes.
lines, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Taking
And once we
Tom
got there, though,
Starlight.
they had our
Oh,
they had
then
our
it got
four
weird.
they had our 4 barrels that we went and selected earlier on Wednesday and narrowed it down. Kim did an amazing job. She had these flight things that everybody could take home. Weren't those cool?
Yes,
Those
they were.
were cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never seen
These are-
anything.
Those are all the people. So we had a good number of people at the event. And there's the board with the 4 barrels after we selected it. So what'd you guys think? I don't care what Ben thinks. He probably hated all of them. What'd you guys think about the Starlight picks? I'm just kidding, Ben.
Pretty amazing stuff. Some of the actually, aside from the double oak barrel I did with Power Bourbon, I mean, all of the other ones are as good as anything I've ever tasted from Starlight.
Yeah, I really felt like Starlight just keeps getting better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think. I mean, number 2 was really the only one I didn't care for. But
yeah,
1 was very good, 3 was very good, and I thought 4 was incredibly unique. Play.
What were your thoughts, Ben?
I think, yeah, I agree. I agree with Brad. I 2 did not like 2 immediately, but yeah, I thought 1 and 3 were both really good. 4 was unique. It was funky, but it was unique. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely getting better. I still don't love like Starlight, but I think that their stuff is definitely, it's much less crafty than it was, a few years back. So
yeah. It was hard too because we were drinking out of those little plastic cups, but
yeah,
that kind of stinks. But I guess I shouldn't have been surprised that our group picked just the straight single barrel bourbon, not finished in anything, and that was like overwhelmingly the pick. It was like not even close.
Yeah, it was 3-1, I think.
Yeah, and then the second place was the kind of like double oaked, but it was basically a made up of staves from 5 different regions in France during the Battle of the Bulge, and there's like shrapnel in there from Battle of the Bulge when they were making the staves.
Awesome,
which is super cool story. I was hoping we'd pick that. In fact, like I started going around asking tables because 12 was so 2, which on paper is the one you would think everyone would pick, we got 1 finished in honey. And our group just was not a big fan of it.
That one tasted pretty bad.
Yeah, it was just super sweet. It wasn't complex. It was just I think a lot of people newer to bourbon might like that, but it wasn't for our group for sure.
Right.
It's crafty to me.
Yeah.
It tasted like it was finished in like Riesling or like Chardonnay or something. I could see that. Like a white wine is, and I didn't get anything that said honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It definitely wasn't as honey forward as a lot of other honey finished bourbons I've had. That's for sure. But it was still just like overwhelmingly sweet. It was just super sweet.
Yep.
And then 4 was the one finished in blueberry port, which I loved because it took me back to my childhood. But a lot of people were saying they felt like that tasted crafty to them. And I think it's just because it was just such an outlier. It was so different from anything that was in that flight.
That one for me had such a long finish, and the whole finish was like the darkest grape jelly or jam, like some sort of like plum jam or some sort of like dark grape jam or something like that. It was so good, and it lasted forever. But I guess
yeah, we were in the minority.
Well,
yeah. So
3 of
when I was running
3
around
of the 13. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say 3 of the 13 votes are on this live stream right now.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Well, I was going around asking everybody, and a lot of people were saying they loved 4, and so some of those people must not have voted for it. So I started thinking,
Right.
well, I went back and I was like, oh crap! I said, I think 4 might win, and if 4 wins, half of our members are going to be pissed. So I ran up to Jason and I go, hey, I got a Jason C with Mash and Drum. I go, I got a deal for you. If 4 wins, will you split 1 with us? I was like, because we need more. And he's like, yeah, definitely put me down. Because 1 was his favorite, and 1 was the one that we ended up picking. So then I ran back to him again and I said, okay, since we picked 1, you want to go in on 3 with us? He was like, yeah, I'll do that. So we ended up getting 1 and 3, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
Lance wasn't leaving without 2 barrels.
Yeah, we weren't leaving without 2. And
Right.
3 just has such a cool story, and it is so unique that I that won't be a problem to sell. So so we were excited. We got 2 barrels. But it was a great time. There's Jason. We matched. We planned that.
Twinsies.
Then this was Andrew taking a picture of everybody at the place, which was cool. It was hot in every one of those rooms.
Yes, very. Those guys at Starlight, they're not afraid of heights, and they're not afraid of unstable conditions, because they're like freaking spider monkeys. They just boom, right up
went
on
right
the
up
top,
there, didn't he?
shimmying over barrels. Man, they make me nervous.
Yeah, if it rep had been there, they would have passed out, fainted there.
Yeah, for sure.
Top Dog says the NBC 19 rum was amazing, and he's not a rum drinker. I bet it was, man. Michael Edwards says he still wants the blueberry finish. Well, you guys don't hate me, Lance. I liked 1 and 3, wasn't a fan of 4. I think that was most people.
Yeah,
I think that was most.
Yeah.
Philip Travis said 1 and 4 were his favorite. 2 reminded me of the Dark Arts White Port, and I love that bottle. Oh, that's interesting. I could see it on the sweetness side, but that Dark Arts is better than our number 2 in that flight, I think.
That's what 4 kind of reminded me of, was the Dark Arts White Port, just on the viscosity and the mouth coating, and like for sure was a great end of the night pour kind of thing, dessert pour.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, to Mike's point, like when we tasted 4 in the Rick House and we didn't know what it was, and we were trying to narrow down barrels, I told Andrew, I was like, whatever this is, like my grandparents had this grapevine, and I had they had dark Concord grapes with that like thick, dark skin. And that's what it reminded me of, Mike. So and when I told him that, I was like, this tastes like black grapes. And he's like, well, you're pretty close. So, Mike said his wife liked 4. Doesn't know why. I didn't get behind it, but tasted very malty Scotch. I think in that lineup, I could see why it would just come off so different than everything else we were tasting.
I'll tell you, I think of all the meals we had, and we had some really good meals. That meal there,
that's what I was just going to say,
was phenomenal.
Hands down. Yeah.
That was the best catered food, and better than most restaurant food I've had. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just eating green beans. Things great there. It was so good.
Yeah, the pork and the turkey was ridiculous. The mashed potatoes, the peach cobbler and homemade ice cream.
That was the best part.
that was the best part.
No, I lied. It ranked. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we were off to a good start Saturday. Everything went perfect. Everything was just great Saturday. And then we had a couple hours to get back to the hotel and sleep if we needed to before the big event. So we had a cocktail hour. So this is the cool thing about Barrels for Hope and Dan being a part of it. And so when Dan got into Louisville, he texted Sherry Carter, and she said, well, come on by the store. She's got her place next to Justin's House of Bourbon. So Dusty went up there and he's like, "Hey, we're having an event tonight. Why don't you just come on by? I think somebody's dropped off. I'm sure we can just put you in their place." And she was like, "Oh, I'd love that." And we didn't know if she was actually going to show up. Not only did she show up, she brought Lisa, who was formerly with Widow Jane. So Lisa with Widow Jane. Well, she's not with Widow Jane anymore. And then Sherry Carter with Old Carter came, which was really cool. And then of course Fred Minnick was there, which was cool.
There's the old ascot.
Yeah, we got him a Barrels for Hope. I don't think you can see it, but we got him a Barrels for Hope ascot for for talking and doing a speech and everything. So
when I was talking to him sort of one-on-one, one of the other Barrels for Hope guys, I think his name's David or Daniel. He's the guy from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
David, I think.
Dave, yeah.
David.
And so he came up to Minnick and he made a comment about OU because Minnick went to Oklahoma State. And so they were talking for a second and Minnick had the box and he opens it up. He goes, I'm going to have a tough time wearing this because he opened it up and it was maroon and it didn't have any orange and black on it. And so I'm like, really? Is that where you're going to go? So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Never mind.
So he was saying it didn't have Oklahoma colors on it, so he's gonna have a hard time.
He was saying it was too close to Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Sooner colors than Oklahoma State colors, and so he's like, it's gonna be tough for me to wear. I'm like, you're a jerk.
Yeah, I think he's just awkward one-on-one. I don't know, but so what was crazy about the cocktail party was that my uncle comes in and he's like, somebody just tried to shoot Trump, and then so I don't know if you guys heard, like it was right when we were getting ready to go in.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Ben brought it up.
Yep.
Yeah, my Lord and Savior almost got assassinated.
Oh my God.
Dude, it was crazy. And then the craziest part about it was my uncle was like, yeah, he got shot in the ear with a rifle. And I was like, I wasn't even that surprised. I was just like, of course he got shot, and of course it just nicked him, and of course, like, what an impossible thing to happen. Like none of this is, I think this is out of a movie. It's insane.
Did you hear the kid who shot him? He tried out for like his school's rifle club, and they told him no because he was such a bad shot. They said it was unsafe. They told him no. They didn't know it. Yeah, they said in high school you tried out, and they turned him away.
Man.
Well, it wasn't even a bullet that hit Trump. It was a piece of the teleprompter.
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Oh, it was.
I've seen the teleprompter.
Well, I've seen two different pictures where the teleprompter like pieces are flying, and so they're saying it was either a piece of the teleprompter or a fragment of the bullet or something, but it wasn't a direct like bullet whizzing by his head.
Crazy. The whole thing's just crazy. But I was just more shocked by the fact that when I heard it, it wasn't even that shocking to me. I was just like, yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a sad, no matter which side you're on or any of that sort of thing. It's a sad live in when we have.
Could you imagine the absolute chaos if he would have been successful?
And how about the Secret Service agent now that everyone's making fun of who couldn't get her gun back in her holster?
That was bad. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing's like a movie. Like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, they picked all the worst Secret Service. They're like, yeah, guard Trump.
Well, apparently Biden the Biden administration, they just said that Biden's got COVID. And so
thanks,
could
Brad.
you imagine Trump gets assassinated, Biden gets COVID and dies?
I mean,
crazy.
It keeps spiraling out of control. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
none of this is surprising, but it's just like, huh?
Yeah,
it is wild. It is wild.
It was the family of the guy who did get killed behind.
That was sad.
That's awful, man.
Oh,
Awful.
and then Brad just decided to go away.
Yeah, Brad drops that bomb and then just jets.
But it was crazy. We were standing there, and Ben goes, "Trump just got shot," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
shows the picture on his phone. I'm like, "What? No."
Yeah,
Crazy.
apparently he
And then everybody gets shuffled into the event. It's like, this is crazy.
Jeff, Corey, I see you guys in the green room. We're gonna get you in here in just a second. So then after the hour, man, like, so I walked in to well, we had to see where the checks were gonna be and all that kind of stuff. And like as soon as I walked in out of the cocktail hour back to the where we were gonna have dinner, like the whole weight of the thing hit me. And then I was just barely holding it together, man. It was it was awful. I was just I kind of like, you know, I was not that I wasn't having fun, but I was just trying not to break down of the whole weight of
weeping
of the night. Oh
Yeah.
man, it was awful. So
I will have to say one thing we've got to do next time is I got to get some real cocktails in there.
Yeah, for sure. That was pretty. Yeah, that if I had one complaint, that would be it. Yeah.
I don't want to complain about anything. Like, it was fine. It's not a big deal, but I would want like.
Certainly, it is a big deal, Mike.
Some good cocktails.
Not a big deal, but I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah. So Kim made these barrels, and the barrels for hope things. Isn't that cool?
Very.
Yeah.
She did awesome, man.
Super
She
cool.
did such a good job. And then of course Jason C, man, his speech was awesome. He brought the house down. He did such a good job.
Yeah, he's a super cool dude.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was awesome. There's like certain people you meet and you want them to be as cool as you think they're going to be, and they are, and then there's some that aren't. And that's okay.
He was a lot cooler than I thought he'd be.
Oh, Jason was great. Yeah, Jason was awesome.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy's a dud, and then I'm like, no, he's cool.
He redeemed himself from the first time we met him. So,
then this was kind of cool. So Kim gave us all an award we did not know we were getting. Little things to say, Barrels for Hope founder on there, and then
those are cool.
Yeah, and then we also had something for her which she didn't know, so that was kind of funny. That was pretty cool. So then they were supposed to call me up to introduce the American Cancer Society, but Jason mixed something up, so he ended up, I don't remember, it was all mixed up, but anyway, it wouldn't have mattered because I got up there and started crying and couldn't really talk to introduce American Cancer Society. So
yeah, and you had I'm telling you right now, you had a giant trickle down effect, especially at our table, because I looked over at Gary next to me, the guy from Sacramento, and he's over there going, and he's wiping his eye, and then I look over and I got to go like this because I'm choking, and I think Brad in the back had some tears, and
that was COVID.
It was just a trickle down effect. The whole friggin' table's like,
yeah, it was trying to. It was impossible to get through, but it was great meeting Tom. So got to give them $10,000, and then after me, this is when we really got bad. Josh got up to write "Love on Her Arms," and I had heard, Josh's story several times, but him talking about his mom and losing his mom at 14 and all the mental health problems she went through, and that was awesome. I mean, the story was awesome. Hearing his story was awesome, but it was pretty heavy too.
Yeah, some people just have that testimony that is like, you look at them and you're like, how did you survive life? And it's cool that he's got that charity, as something he really puts time into.
Yeah, not only survive life, but just be an awesome human, man. Like, he's a great guy. I love Josh. But the worst one, well, there were two. I guess the next two, it got even worse because then Joe got up with Make-A-Wish, and they brought I'll pull the picture of the family up because this was the family, and the little boy there had a brain tumor, And for those that didn't know, like, I don't think a lot of people knew Josh's story. Josh lost his sister, and they actually went on a Make-A-Wish trip to Disney. Joe lost his sister. And so he got up and told his story. He started breaking down. And then the family got up and the mom spoke, and
that was it.
Yeah. And then the kid was like, thanks for my trip to Disney or something. It was just like, oh my God.
Fortunate to meet the mom before at the meet and greet cocktail party. And so she came in and was like, well, tell me a little more about Barrels for Hope. So Mike and I were telling her about it, and she thought it was really cool, and kind of gave us some background to the story. So it was just, it was so cool to see. I've always been proud to be a part of this organization because we're going to give it back to charity, but to put faces, seeing that in person, it was an incredibly emotional night.
Yeah, it made all the hard work worth it. It just felt really good to know that, the money we donated paid for 2 folds of honor scholarships, 1 entire Make-A-Wish, which was pretty cool. And just to, hear that family story was something else.
And to see, it's one thing to donate to charity. My wife and I do that with other charities, but to see charities where you're directly impacting, like you and Renee and Joe and Josh and Dan and all them, everyone had their own charity that really meant something. So I think it hit a little deeper,
Yeah. And what we didn't expect was, like, sitting there with Tom with American Cancer Society. His mom had breast cancer. He had relatives that had mental health problems. He had relatives that serve. Every single organization that was there, they were all kind of intertwined, which, we've talked about with Barrels for Hope, changing charities from year to year, which we probably will, but there's a lot to be said by developing those relationships with certain organizations. And it just seemed really perfect for the first event anyway. Who knows what we'll do down the line, but for the first event, the charities we picked were absolutely perfect, I thought.
I would not have said before the event, but after the event, I absolutely would have zero problem with us keeping those 4 charities as long as the organization goes on.
Yeah, we'll see what the committee comes back with what everyone selected. So the way it is, if we donated to a charity in year 1, they're eligible for year 2. They're in the pool of places we vote for. So some of them may be, some of them might not be, but one of the things that was super cool was, and I didn't even know they did this, but I know Ed's excited about this. American Cancer Society has a, let me get it. I'll pull this. Let me see.
Are they giving away a carton of cigarettes?
Oops. No, they're not doing that.
Wow.
They have their own little book blend, which is signed by Freddie No.
Wow. I wonder if Lance's watch could get any bigger.
It might.
Oh, Ben's alive and well.
That's why he turned the camera.
Ben is alive and well.
It's got a like 19-year, 18-year bourbon in here. It's got bourbon finished in sherry casks that's blended in. It's just a crazy bottle that I never even knew American Cancer Society did, and they brought that for us to raffle off. So that's going to be super exciting.
To raffle off or auction off?
Well, we haven't really decided. So my thought is, if we auction it off, I don't know what it would bring. $1,000, $1,200. I have no idea. If we raffle it off and we're able to sell 100 tickets at $50 a ticket, that's $5,000. Yep. I just don't think you'll get in an auction what you would in a raffle. But
agree. Yeah.
But,
And I feel like more people would be willing to pay, a ticket for $50 than, $1,000 for a bottle.
yeah, it gives
100%.
everyone a
everybody
chance.
a shot, right? Like
Everybody a shot, right?
not just the people with big wallets.
Exactly.
So yeah, we've got to decide what we're gonna do with that. But that was a super exciting thing that we were not expecting, and you develop a good relationship with American Cancer Society and stuff like that. Stuff like that can happen.
That Folds of Honor story about it did it for me. That was the one that just I mean, wow.
Yeah,
Just
so
crazy.
so that was the last one. Dusty Dan got up, and he's a veteran and served time overseas, and was sure he wasn't going to cry, and he ended up getting so choked up he just handed the mic off, and that I think that about did everybody in, especially Jason. I know Jason with Mash and Drum, he was like, I knew Lance and Josh were going to cry. That wasn't a big thing.
Yeah.
but seeing Dusty cry was really really hit home.
I think he said 3 words before he goes, all right, just come on up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then it was bummed Narav couldn't be there, but G was there. So, we presented them with an award just for being such amazing partners through the year, not only giving us barrels at wholesale, but, we raised $11,600 in the auction, and those were all bottles that Narav donated to us. He didn't charge us for those. So that was 100% profit going towards charities. So that was pretty amazing. So
this whole thing would not have happened without Narav, period.
Yeah. Right. So, we all knew it was important that we thank Narav, and so that was pretty good. So let me bring Jeff on here. Jeff's been hanging out in the green room, so we'll get him on here. What's up, Jeff?
Jeff, what's going on?
Hold on.
Muted.
There we go. Sorry, I muted myself when I first pulled up, just in case you pulled me up when I wasn't looking. But hey, great to see y'all. Thanks for having me on here, Lance.
Yeah, it's good to see you, bud.
Mm-hmm. I will say I was also one of the COVID boys who came back.
Oh no!
Really? God.
Monday, I thought I was just tired from all the travel.
Patient zero.
We've got a super spreader event.
This has got to be something more. Took a test. I'm like, yep, you got it.
Oh man, you sound good.
I'm feeling a lot better today than I was yesterday.
Okay, good.
Well, if we had all that open mouth kissing at the event,
that was a secret for the bottle share.
Yeah,
what happens to the bottle share stays at the bottle share.
I know. I mean, Brad kept having everybody share out of his gland, so I mean, it's bound to happen.
Brad was doing belly shots. Slurping it out of his belly button.
Okay. Oh my!
Over the place.
Jeez.
A lot of liquor.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Leave it to Mike.
So Jeff, what'd you think, man? Did you have a good weekend?
Oh, it was an absolute blast. I mean, I got a little hints of kind of some of the things that were going to maybe be happening from Kim when we were on the Nashville Barrel Company pick back in January. But even with those expectations, everything for me was just blown out of the water. I think it was a blast day, getting to meet everybody, getting to put some faces to names that I've seen on the Discord or been hearing about. And then I know you guys just spent a while covering that Saturday event. Scarlet was fun, but that dinner was just so special, and really getting to see how passionate all 4 of the board members were and how personal it was to all of you, and having representatives from those charities, people who had benefited from those charities. I mean, it was just so special, and really cemented that this has been worth more than what I think we've all been putting in from donations and the membership fees, the auction, and everything like that. And makes me very excited to see where the next couple of years takes this group.
Yeah, man, it's gonna hopefully we keep going. Hopefully we keep going, but it is not easy. I will say that, but it definitely made it all worth it. Saturday night, it definitely made every argument we've had, every time I've been like, screw this, I'm done. It made it all worth it. So. No, it was really special, and thanks for being a part of it, man.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part of the event?
Oh man, I've been trying to go back and forth between Pursuit. I mean, bottle shares, but that's not really fair because that's just such a cool opportunity to get to taste some things that you probably never would get to otherwise. But I was going back and forth between Pursuit and Starlight for very different reasons. Pursuit was fun to, as y'all talked about earlier, getting to finally meet Kenny, somebody who we all listened to a lot over the years.
Yeah.
But going through the different tastings and that double oaked, man, it's
good, right?
So good. Actually, I was
my
going to
favorite
put
part of the year
for a pour after I finish this, what I've got in my glass right now. Then Starlight was a blast too. Great campus. The food was great. The barrel pick was fun. Getting to go around, see everything, and pick up that Mizunara cast as well. That I came away. I came away with a bunch of bourbon. Wasn't expecting COVID to come with me too, but all in all, still so much fun.
Yeah, it was. And Jason, he said, "Hey, Lance, and fellas, so amazing to meet you all. Be a part of the event. All the pours and all the tears." Jason, he killed his speech, didn't he? So good.
Oh yeah,
Rush.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people are just meant to do that kind of stuff, and he's one that just is meant to MC. He just it flowed. he ran the program perfect. It just kind of like he's just meant to do that stuff, and he does a great job. So
yeah,
cheers,
absolutely. Jason, if you wanna pop on, you can. Here, I'll put it in the. I don't know if he's still in here, but
we got to see a fake mustache though.
Yeah, we went cousin Tony.
Cousin Tony.
Mike Edwards said, only wish I felt a little better to get to meet, socialize with everyone. Yeah, Mike's got some neck and back problems, man. He was hurting all night, but I think he kind of could cover up some of it with the bourbon. So
that sucks, man.
Chad said, so is Brad in quarantine with President Biden? They can share adult diapers.
Oh, snap. Wow.
That's my brother.
Well,
Top Dog said, I like the idea of keeping primary 4. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. You know, one thing I've learned in the being a part of Barrels for Hope is, number one, not to be attached to anything and to be very fluid. So like if we get a certain barrel pick, that doesn't mean we've got that barrel pick. Something could change. Even if we go do that barrel pick, it doesn't mean those bottles are going to arrive. And just because we have an idea that this one thing we might do with the charities, there's no telling where it may ebb and flow. So I'm not attached to anything, but I can see benefits to both. So
yeah, yes, you are. You're attached to the reason this charity started. That's what you're attached to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Her name is Renee.
Yeah.
So that's what you're attached to, buddy.
That's for sure. Oh, by the way, Renee, just so everybody knows, like one of the coolest things was when we got back, she just said she felt so loved from all of you. So obviously you guys that are on here, thanks for taking the time to talk to her. Ben, you're always good at sitting down talking to her when I'm off running around talking to people, so I appreciate it. But she loves you guys so much, and she just felt the love at the event. Saturday night event was just awesome. So
we'll make sure she knows that we don't show up for you, we show up for her.
That's right.
We come to your house to see her.
Yeah, we care let's show up or not. I mean, nothing.
I've seen some people laugh hard, but I'm telling you right now, the hardest I saw anybody laugh all night was watching Jason just die over Renee telling him about the story with you and I. He was dying. I mean, he was freaking dying.
I can't even with that story. Oh my God.
The only person that can tell that the way that it's meant to be told is Renee.
Yeah,
seriously.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God. I'll never look at shrimp and grits the same way again.
Me either, Jason.
Fair enough.
You for totally different reasons.
Yeah.
But no,
That's
thanks
outstanding.
for doing everything, Jason. Man, everybody said the same thing. Your speech was amazing, and we were so honored to have you there, man.
I mean, listen, it wasn't really hard to come up with a speech because, I mean, honestly, to see you guys, you know, Lance, and I don't want to make Lance cry again, but
I think I'm good.
Yeah, no, I think you cried out a little bit. To see, like, you know, Lance and Dan and Josh and obviously Joe. And I've known Dan the longest. I met Dan back in 2018 when I started my channel. So, you know, to see you four guys, you know, three of you who I've gotten to know through the whole Whiskey Tube community create this, and then see all these other folks that that I've known from the chat rooms and from messages, and you know, just kind of seeing everybody in the whiskey sphere all come together and do this. It wasn't hard to, you know, come up with something to say. It was very endearing. It was impressive, and it was it was inspirational for sure.
Yeah, the whole night was like, I mean, we got to give all the credit to Kim for that night, because
oh my god, yeah. So I heard you saying how you so Kim switched that up on me when you were supposed to come up first. He's like have this guy come up first. I was like, oh, okay. So Kim was kind of like pulling the strings at the table.
Like I
She
said,
was in your pitch. She was in your pitch comm, huh, Jason?
Pretty much, yeah.
like I said, it
That's
wouldn't have
awesome.
mattered. I couldn't get through it anyway, so I was a wreck. But yeah.
Pay in half.
What'd you say, Brad?
That we're going to cut her pay in half.
Yeah, cut Kim's. Yeah, no, I told.
No,
it
you
was
need to
funny.
double it.
Our last board meeting, Joe was like, this was like a month ago. He's like, so we started planning for next year? I was like, Joe, we do not need Kim to quit.
That's the thing I keep saying is the whole board and what all. I can't imagine. I know Ben and I were talking about how many hours Kim had to put in there. None of them paid for it. None of you guys did, Lance, on the board. Yeah. She paid for that. I mean, it's just, you know, man, we're really blessed to be part of a good organization with a bunch of good folks.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, man. I spent half the day today trying to figure out what our next barrel picks were going to be, talking to Narav, seeing, you know, what we could and couldn't get. One fell through, one didn't. So it's just, Jason knows all too well. Like I was saying, Jason, just because you say you got a barrel pick doesn't mean you do. And even when you do the barrel pick, it doesn't mean you're going to get the bottles. And
truer words have never been spoken.
Don't get too excited about a barrel pick. You do.
I can tell you that I've done. So man, we've done 165, 166 barrel picks since 2019.
Wow,
really?
And out of those 166. At least 10 of them just disappeared or didn't show up, or something happened.
Yeah.
We got a pick. We picked in August, a 1792 barrel, and they literally just called us and said, do you guys just want to forget about it? And we're like, okay, yeah, just forget about it, right? Like, yeah. But apparently a lot of stores have been dealing with that.
Yeah, every now and again you get the happy accident where, oh, we forgot about this barrel. It's been sitting in the back of the warehouse aging for another 2 years. You want to release it? You're like, oh, sure, yeah, we'll that. Yeah, you never know, but yeah,
I never ever thought that back 4 years ago when I'm watching a couple different channels on Whiskey Tube that I would join a channel that ends up being part of one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed. And then met probably some of the greatest people I never, ever, ever would have met, never would have came across any of you guys, but just through watching guys talk about bourbon on YouTube, because we're all in freaking lockdown. And next thing I know, here we are, just, I mean, like best friends, like we all went to college together. It's
Not
just
me, I'm in Florida.
It's just incredible. Well, we know
that. Ben wasn't even an idea when we were in
college. That was a long time ago, Ed.
Hey, we got a younger guy now.
Yeah, we got one of the young ones.
That's right. That's before we had telephones when I was in college. So
Ed remembers the Battle of the Bulge.
His bike is still stuck in that tree.
I'm glad I opened my mouth on these things. I swear to God.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Well, yeah, Jason, you gotta help us on the sticker for the 2 Starlight picks with your.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were already coming up. We were already hashing out ideas.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And in case everyone else didn't hear it, Ben, what did you say about Lance's pants?
What did I don't remember what I said about. Oh, how do you make a boot cut look slim?
Skinny jean boot cut.
2 seconds. He didn't even hesitate, and he had that ready to go. He had it in his back pocket ready to draw.
You said something about my pants, and I just immediately turned.
He did.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's how you know you've got good friends, man.
That's my roommate. That's my roommate right there, Ben.
Oh.
I'll tell you, the first time I met Lance in person, I certainly learned a lot about him. I feel like I've known him for like 10 years now. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great stuff.
What I always say, Jason, is I can say this stuff about these guys, man, but if anybody else says something about these guys, it's gonna be a whole different story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It was the bottle shares were great. Everybody involved was just so great. And yeah, man, I'm on board for next year if you'll have me.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Dude. I don't know what Kim's got in the works, but we'll talk about it and see. The logistics of having it in Louisville are just so easy with people, the way people can fly in, and then everything. There's so many things to do in downtime, and it's just nice. Right. We wanted to have it at Hard Truth, but it's not close to an airport, and
Hard Truth. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to make those decisions when you're planning events and stuff. It could definitely be tough. But yeah, Louisville was perfect. It was perfect space, and I mean, it's only going to get bigger from here, boys. So
yeah, we'll see.
Absolutely.
So you said you want to try to get this Freddie No bottle, this little book. Is that
if you guys put it up for auction, I'm in, man. I'm going for it.
Yeah, it's I can't even imagine. You haven't ever tasted one, have you?
No, I'm like you. Like I'd only heard stories about them. I'd never seen one or even realized they actually existed. So kind of like that Booker's. Remember that Booker's single barrel that they released that blue label?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw pictures of it and you heard about it, but I mean, you'll never be able to taste one of them. Who knows where it goes?
Yeah, this thing's got like a 19 year, an 18 year, like an 8, and then a 6 year rye, and then a 5 or 6 year that was finished in sherry casks that's blended into it. So I can't even I can't even imagine what the thing tastes like. I bet it's good.
All right, now I'm really gonna go up for the auction, man. Put it up tonight, Lance. Let's go.
Don't tell anybody. Just
well, I got the little book 8, chapter 8, because we had it at the bottle share. It was so good. I went out and got a bottle, and I brought it home, and I had it on the table next to the Freddie, the American Cancer Society bottle. And my wife's like, "You better not mix those up." I was like, "You're right." Far away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be
both terrible and hilarious if you realize
the tags out and then write a signature on the front of it. I just want to say Lance.
I'm going to sign Freddie's name on chapter 8. So very right forward.
Yeah. Lance is practicing his signature for like a week before he signs the bottle.
He puts it in the box that says chapter 8 on it and gets the tag wrong. And
Jesus, that's freaking hilarious, man.
I said everybody knows me. They know they should not trust me with this bottle.
No.
I won this beauty in the auction over the weekend.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
Gosh, so that's the reason why I went for it. I got to try it in Dusty's room. Dusty had one, or Adam had it. Those two were roomies. So they cracked one open. I was like, holy shit, this is really good. I'm going for it in the auction. So I was glad I got it.
Nice.
Yeah, awesome, man. I think we sold all those in the auction. I think.
Yes.
Auction brought like 11,600. So.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
23 people didn't pick up their stuff, so that's just freaking crazy.
That is
bid on
crazy.
something.
That goes to the next auction.
Yeah, because legally we can't ship that. If it is in the auction, we
Right.
cannot ship it. So
I mean, you said it 3 or 4 times, so
Bourbon ever.
I just can't believe that many people didn't pick up their stuff.
Yeah, when I went to get those bottles, that's what Joe said. He's like, there are 23 people that didn't pick up their bottles. I'm like, what? you bid on it, you win it, you don't go pick it up?
Right.
I'll take it. Here, you already paid for it. I'll take it for you.
I mean, you know how it is. I mean, look. I mean, even look at it from like a Patreon standpoint. Sometimes we all put stuff out on Patreon. Nobody reads everything. It's just plus you're in the heat of the moment. Things are happening. You're at bottle shares. People forget. You drink.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So what was, if I just kind of survey the room, if you don't mind, your favorite at the bottle shares, the favorite thing you had, and the most surprising thing you had? I'll start us off. My favorite was the Willet pick that Mike had.
That's a good bottle.
Oh yeah.
And the most surprising was the Still Austin Red Corn for me.
I didn't get that one.
I didn't try that either.
It was good.
I think it was only in Kim's room. The Austin rep brought it.
She told me I should take it, but I had so much. I was like, I'm not drinking anymore. I'm done.
What about you guys?
I'm trying to think what my most surprising was. My favorite I had was a Nashville Barrel Company Pelotonia single barrel that Adam had bought. That was absolutely incredible. That thing was unbelievably good. Right up there with the Barrels for Hope one. I mean, just really good. That was probably like the best new thing I tried. But I mean, yeah, I tried so much crap. I tell you what my most disappointing was that Hardin's Creek corn whiskey.
That's a good call.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Not good. Not for $120. I'll just drink mellow corn for $13.
Right.
Yeah, how about Nashville? Mike, one of the coolest people I met over the weekend was Mike with Nashville Barrel Company. What a good dude, man! And him donating.
Tell that story about you meeting him.
Well, I met. He was talking to Fred. I didn't know who he was. I just thought it was a member that decided to wear a hat to the event. So I had no idea. And I walked up to him and Fred, and I introduced myself to Fred because I had never met Fred before. And you know, I was like hard talking to him, and so I was like, "You guys need anything?" And Fred was like, "Yeah, I'll take a water." And Mike's like, "What are you drinking?" And I was like, "Oh, Maker's Mule." And he's like, "Oh, I'll have that." So I said, "All right." So I ran to the bar, got him a drink, came back and gave it to him, and then left. I had no idea who he was, and then later that night, he came up and introduced himself. I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you're the." I was like, "You're." So then I was like falling all over myself with him about how great the stuff they're doing is, and then he donates a whole barrel to us for charity, which was amazing. So
yeah, dude.
What a cool guy.
Yep.
What'd you say, Brad? You cut out.
He's not recognizing the man.
Well, he blamed it on Josh. He's like, Josh didn't tell me that this wasn't like a low key deal. Yeah, but he is awesome. Those guys are awesome.
I mean, in your defense, I've actually never met Mike in person either, so it took me a little bit to figure out who he was. Because normally when I go there, I'm always dealing with Josh, and because he knows all the barrels. I've only really ever talked to Mike in email, and Mike randomly walked up to me because Scott and I were in the middle of like a barrel pick. We're trying to replace our stolen Sunday brunch barrel that Josh took, I think.
That's a good barrel too.
That's a good barrel. Yeah. So yeah, he's like, and then he just walks up to me. He's like, "You picked that barrel yet?" I'm like, "What? Like, He's like, Mike, National Barrel Company. He's like, I've been emailing you about that. I was like, oh shit, that's you. I only know Josh from the Barrel House. So I'm like, I've never met you in person. So you're coming up to me and like, did you just read your email? I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
That's kind of how he is, though. He's super personable and just really easy to talk to and passionate. He was awesome. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good night, man. So can't thank you enough, Jason, for doing that. You really made the night. You kicked it off. You set the tone just like a good MC does, and you got us. Well, Josh was crying right from the beginning with you.
Yes, he was. I tried not to make eye contact with him. Because he was literally down at the table right in front of me, and I didn't want to look at him. And then when I started talking about you and Renee, I certainly wasn't going to look over in your direction.
Yeah.
I was crying pretty early too, so I don't know if Josh beat me or not.
The one I didn't have to worry about, at least I thought, was Dusty Dan until he hit the stage and started bawling. I'm like, I'm out, I'm done. But honestly, I'm going to jump off here, let you guys continue to go through with everything. But yeah, I just want to say thanks again. Let me be a part of this amazing event. And I'm looking forward to doing more with you guys in the future. And
for sure,
we have a couple barrels we did with Kim and Mark Schwartz that we're going to be donating all the proceeds to Barrels for Hope as well. We did 2 Still Awesome picks. So we're going to be doing that for you guys. So yeah, more stuff to come in the future. But really just thank you for everything, guys, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, cheers. Love you, buddy. Thanks for everything, man.
Man.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Jason.
What a cool guy. I love that guy, man. He's awesome.
Good dude, man. He's as good a dude as he is. Yeah.
Yeah, even from like bringing on, from back in the day, bringing on channels that were really small, and he's just a great guy, man.
Yeah, I can't believe you used to talk just so much shit about him. That's crazy.
Like I said, Ben is alive and well. Ben is alive and well.
He's in rare form tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's on it.
I'm always on it.
He's got his hair did and everything tonight.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, you wanna hop into the blind flight?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna hop off as well, but appreciate for having us on, Lance. This was fun to break down the year-end event and catch up with you guys.
Yeah, Jeff, thanks for everything, man. Thanks for hopping on,
man.
and we'll have
Good
to
see
have
you again, buddy.
Some more live streams.
Nice to meet you, man.
Looking forward to it. Take care.
Cheers, bro.
I'm surprised he didn't want to sit there and listen to us drink samples he doesn't have.
Oh God.
Rare form.
Oh.
So you guys are gonna work together on this flight. So
Shit. Okay.
We'll do it like
because we have Ed.
Yeah. Ed,
sample 1 smells like Sierra Mist.
Fair enough.
Huh.
All right, so
I've only got one good nostril. Thanks, Brad. But
my bad.
Ben,
Just slipped you the tongue. My bad.
it's all right, Brad. Actually, none of us really know who was patient 0. So.
It does make you wonder who was
God.
subject 0 or whoever. Patient 1.
There's definitely been an uptick in people getting COVID though, so I wouldn't be surprised if multiple people brought it in.
I doubt Biden even has it. I just think he just wants out of the election.
It's fine. Whatever it takes. Literally.
Well, at this point, it is elder abuse. It's elder abuse.
He's abusing himself. So I mean, I don't know what you call that. So
I'll go back in the quarantine room and ask him here in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are going to guess type, age, proof, and distillery, but you have to agree.
All right.
All right.
We into one already? We're going into one?
Goodness
gracious. You're going into one.
I've only got one glass here, so.
And we're gonna time it. You've got 5 minutes for each glass. How about that?
Yeah.
All right.
I've only got one glass, but yeah, I've only got 5 minutes for each glass.
Type, age,
I'm gonna get hammered here real quick.
Type, age, price, distillery.
So, are we gonna in agreement on rye for one?
And then also if it's finished or not.
I've got type O for one.
And I'll reveal the bottle after each one, so people don't have to wait
All right.
till the very end.
I'll be honest, I don't like the nose at all on one.
I don't either. It smells like a old dish of potpourri.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of get like the what's that Irish Spring?
Floral.
Irish Spring soap.
Oh,
And the palate's right there with it.
I definitely think it's finished.
Whoa.
But I could be wrong.
okay. I'm in agreement with you, Mike. I'm. If that's not a rye, that's the highest rye bourbon I've ever had. So
Yeah, it's got to be a rye.
That's a crap ton of floral and mint for
God,
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Is proof category, Lance? Are we doing proof?
Yeah, proof's a category. You got to be within 5 to get a point.
Proof on that.
And then we'll give you a 3 bonus points if you nail it.
I'll say 110, 112
You guys
on
got
proof.
it right.
I know. I'm just giving my opinion, and you guys can chime in.
I'm
Well,
like
we're not taking anything he
107,
says. He's wrong.
110-ish is where I'm living. So that 110, I think.
All right, we're not taking anything Ed says. He's wrong too.
That's fine.
I don't know. To me,
We'll
it felt hotter. To me, I would have said
Okay.
like 117. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not.
please.
Probably wrong.
What?
So it's type, age, and proof.
Yep. Type, age, proof, distillery, and finished or not.
Whatever we can figure.
I
just
do not
bottle guess it, and yeah.
I
no
do
big
not
deal.
think that's finished.
No.
I think that's a straight. I think that's just rye.
It's hard when you do teams like this.
It reminds me of like
I don't know.
I had a Traverse City rye that reminds me of. Now I don't think it's. I got more chocolate on those, but it's got. I don't know. It could be anything. Like it could be a Starlight rye. I mean, there's so many ryes out there nowadays.
So you guys are definitely agreeing that it's a rye?
Yes. I'm going 4 years on the age is my guess.
You
Yeah, go
say
age,
4,
age next.
Brad?
Yeah, 4 to. I would say 4 or 5. Yeah.
4 or 5. I agree. God dang that! No, now I smell fucking soap, Mike. Thanks. God.
Irish Spring
I'm
soap.
serious. Yeah.
Irish Springs. Gee, that is such a rye. If that's not
That
a
could-
rye, I'm quitting.
Chad said might be hard. Half of you have COVID.
Yeah, it tastes like cilantro and
Oh.
Gee, great. Thanks again. I've got a soapy cilantro, Mike. Appreciate it.
Mm.
listen. You can call me the Fred Minnick Jr.
Now to me, it smells like the inside of a corn husk.
The Irish Spring note, Mike, was crazy because now that's what I get.
I'm telling you.
And this is a bottle I really like. But you guys are not giving it glowing reviews, Blonde.
You know, even though I got that, it's not bad.
I mean,
It's got a great finish.
All right. So you go rye, 4 to 5 years on the age. What about proof?
Y'all want to split it like 113?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Works for me.
fair.
Okay.
And I mean, I would say, I almost want to just say MGP is the, but
I do too. That's where I was leaning. But Ben can pick out MGP pretty friggin' quick. So
yeah, let's make this fun. In addition to state, we'll also, or in addition to distillery, we'll do state.
I was thinking Smoke Wagon is, and that's MGP.
Ooh,
that's
MGP,
actually not
though.
a bad. That's not bad at all. The Smoke Wagon, like the younger or something.
Yeah. But yeah, that it tastes like their rye to me.
Yeah, that could be one of their like malted rye.
Yeah. And I think it hurts too if you're coming off of like something bourbon. If we've been sipping on something else, it's a lot more bourbony.
Wait a minute. It's
that,
not
right.
You know, makes us lean.
Damn. Now you had to throw that malted rye in there, Mike, and I'm like, is this new riff?
That's not a bad one either.
Damn near say everything in this.
Yeah, you guys are bound to hit one.
Cardboard.
Where you living, Ben?
I don't know. For me, I'm probably the worst at picking out distilleries. I'm not great at it, so I have no idea.
Except the couple times you've basically crushed Lance and picked every distillery in blinds, but that's okay.
When's he crushed me? That's never happened. That's lies.
It probably has.
Oh, wait, whoa, you're right. He doesn't remember what order we're supposed to drink him in. That's right. He doesn't know how to count from 1 to 4. He goes 4 to 1 and says, I thought you said backwards. Okay. Well, then stop looking in the mirror.
I wouldn't say MGP on this. So that one, I think I kind of ruled that out.
Yeah.
But
you guys saying Indiana?
I wouldn't. I don't think it would be Indiana.
Pennsylvania.
The taste of ear blood in Pennsylvania.
I'll go with whatever you guys think.
Time's running out.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say no on the finish. No.
No.
Yeah, I don't
no
think it's
finish.
finished.
I'm saying, yeah.
Okay.
2 is definitely darker.
So distillery, did you guys go Smoke Wagon?
You know, we can
or New Riff, or neither?
Either. Let's just either. Whatever. I don't know. I'm horrible at distillery.
We'll go with that. We'll go Smoke Wagon.
All right. What do you want? So state.
Indiana.
Indiana.
It's Indiana.
Yeah, Los Indiana.
Sure.
Okay. You guys are off to a pretty good start. Not bad. Not
you got
bad.
the 18. So.
Hey.
So it is a rye.
Maybe COVID helps our palates.
Yeah, I think so. So it is a rye. I'm guessing it's 4 to 5 years, so I'm gonna give you that. You said 113 on the proof. The proof is 106, so you didn't get that.
Oh, all right. See, I said 107.
Yeah, you
were
right.
110, 112.
And
you're all wrong.
Ben didn't blow on it enough. It was too hot.
Yeah.
Let me just say, Ben blew on it enough during the.
Nope. Time out.
Hey.
Nope. Nope.
You knew it was coming, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
All right. Distillery, Smoke Wagon. You guys didn't get that. Finished. It's not finished, so you got a point there. And state, even though you got it, but you got it in an incorrect way. It is Indiana. It's not MGP. So it is.
It's I knew it. As soon as you said that, I knew it.
It's the Hard Truth Harvest Rye, which I didn't know if you guys had.
No.
And there is no butterscotch on that, and that is shocking.
Oh.
Yeah, so I actually like that bottle, but don't think you guys were real good big fans of it, but
I didn't hate it.
I didn't think it was that bad. I
didn't
did originally get the Irish Spring note.
Yeah, that's that. You got that in my head, man. I can't get it out.
Yep. Yeah, you ruined me.
Our pick that we did there to taste so much not like a rye, this tastes much like a rye.
Oh yeah, that's a different animal for sure than the pick we did with them. Yeah, but that's like
nice.
John Mellencamp's son helped blend that with the master distiller. So
yeah.
But
I have a question.
Sharing that one.
Is there a theme to this flight, or
there's no theme?
Okay, just checking.
This is the most random flight I've ever put together for you guys.
All right, just checking.
Okay.
This next one's a bourbon.
I don't know. You tell me.
I know.
You mother. The fuck soap. God damn it, Mike.
Boy, that's a change, man.
It's good though.
Put these in order intentionally. That is completely different.
Oh, it's good. I love it.
Oh, sign me up for that thing. Oh
Yeah.
my. Oh. That is green apples, caramel. Ooh. Yeah. That's good. Whatever the hell this is really good.
Glad we're back on the same page again.
Yeah, I wasn't. Oh boy, the
palate's fantastic.
Yeah,
really nice finish too.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're right, Ed. Green apple.
It tastes good coming off that hard truth too.
It does.
This got a little age to it too.
Definitely.
This is at least 8.
I was gonna say about 10.
8 or 10. It's got some age to it.
Huh.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic. That's not Cooper's Craft. No, I'm just kidding.
Cooper's Craft.
No. Where are we living on proof, gentlemen?
I just wrote down 110.
Yeah, 107, 108.
I put 112.
I'm thinking she's living a little higher than that. I'm like 118-ish.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
And it's sneaky 118, like you don't think you're drinking it that hot,
Right.
but it is.
Yeah, could be.
Because
After that last one, obviously a rye, it's going to drink a little hotter, even though that one didn't for some reason.
115?
That one might be, what was it? You're thinking
115
on this one?
What's a consensus?
I put 112, but I tried to lower mine a little bit because I was so high on the other one.
Yeah, right.
Trying to.
I could say that. I could agree with 115. I could go about that.
Brad?
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's fine. Yeah.
All right. That's what we're going on proof, Lance.
Yeah.
Are we saying bourbon? And are we saying bourbon?
Yes.
Ed's getting good at this. You're saying bourbon?
Yeah.
What about age, fellas?
What do you think, Brad?
All of 8.
10.
10. 10.
I would. I'm good with 10.
Okay, 10 then.
It's Oh okay. Man, that's good.
Honestly,
we
said 10. It could be 12. It smells so familiar.
Kentucky State.
Kentucky, yes. I'm going to say Kentucky State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Distillery's one, and I'm struggling. I am. Part of me wants to go Barton, almost.
Barton wouldn't be bad.
No, the only other distillery I've gotten that green apple note on is Heaven Hill. but Barton might not be a bad call.
Yeah.
But Barton sometimes has that banana note too. Like,
Yes.
it's not.
It's not like Jack Daniel's banana, but it's a faint banana.
It's not. Right. It's not Brown Foreman banana.
Yeah,
I think. What do you? I'm on board with Barton.
I mean, it could. Yeah, I can get Barton on that. I can do. Yeah, man. And then you know what that says to me? If that says to me like a 1792 full proof, like a what's that? 120 proof.
120. No, 125.
Well, but if it's a 1792, those are what, typically 6 to 8 years old. Like a pick.
Yeah, they're not 10.
No,
they're not 10.
I mean, unless it's the 12, the 12.
This reminds me of a Russell's almost.
Ooh, Wild Turkey.
Really? Not me, because I'm most.
Ben's quiet. Ben's in deep thought.
Maybe. Yeah,
I'm in deep thought.
What? So, did you guys say it's finished or not?
No.
No.
I'm out. So
he's like, you're wrong.
So the only thing I need is distillery.
I don't care. You guys should say whatever. I don't.
It was a tough one. The only thing that came to mind was Barton, and I can't tell you exactly why. It just.
I'll accept that. We can say Barton.
Ben?
I could kind of see Wild Turkey, but I'm not gonna. I'll go with Barton.
I could be swayed to Wild Turkey.
That's not a bad call.
No, it's not. No, I agree. I mean,
that is not a bad.
Well, now you guys got me second guessing myself.
I know.
We went with distillery pick.
But if we go with 10 years at Wild Turkey, we're not out of the realm of Russell's picks and single barrel.
That's what I was thinking. Like I
agree. Go
a good Russell's, like some of those. What's that? The picks they've been doing, those gold, the red label with the gold on it.
Spirit, Kentucky Spirit, or whatever.
No, it's Russell's, but it's like the.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Is it the what the hell is it called? Camp Nelson or something? I don't know.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
I'll say this: it's very good.
It is very.
What would you guys pay for that bottle? Out of curiosity.
Ooh, man, $80.
$80.
I'd go 90.
I don't think.
If it's a pick, I would go $80. If it's like limited edition or something, 100, 120.
You guys all like it though? It's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I love this bottle.
Okay, well, ship it to me when you find out what it is.
So type bourbon. You guys got a point. You said 10, right? You went with 10. That was your final.
Yeah.
You didn't get a point there.
What is it?
Hold on, I'll show you. Proof 115. You did get a point. You almost nailed it. Distillery Wild Turkey, no point there. Finished. You said no. It is finished.
Shut up.
Really?
We did.
Really?
And then state Kentucky. I'm going to give you half a point because it's a blend.
It's a blend.
Oh, you motherfucker! It's Barrel Vantage. Oh, Mizunara. Is it the Mizunara?
It is the Mizunara.
Oh, okay.
Bobby dang. I'd have never guessed that.
So that's like a 6-year.
Yeah. Wow. So it's 6 years and the proof's 116. Like I said, Ed, you're getting good at this, man.
It's only 6 years.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, it's got some older stuff in there, but that's the youngest in the blend.
Youngest. Yeah. Damn.
I do not have that
good.
One. Isn't that crazy good? I think that's the best thing Barrel's released.
It's
I say that every time they release something, I buy a bottle of it. And
That's true.
I've got the Vantage. I've got the whatever one I don't know. The problem I have here is in the bourbon market today, things are slowing down. Bottles are sitting on shelves a little longer. And I just don't see how Barrel can continue to purchase the stuff that they're purchasing and stay afloat.
Right.
At that price point, it's going to be tough.
That's why. I mean, some of their. How much is that bottle, Lance?
85. So for Mizunara,
that's not bad for Mizunara.
No, because Starlight's Mizunara is 120 to 150.
Yeah, and it's probably 4.5 years.
Is what they were.
And Rabbit Hole, I think they came out with one that's like 150. So 85.
No, the Rabbit Hole, one's $1,500.
Oh my God, is it really?
There was like a special release that they did.
Yeah, it was a special.
And I would be shocked if it's as good as that barrel is.
Yeah, it's so special that it's never been bought.
Yeah,
it did a reverse mortgage in order to get a bottle.
But that's, I mean, for a lot of times we're like, people say there's not good whiskey on the shelves. That's a damn good bottle sitting on the shelf, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
that finish is so well done, it doesn't taste finished.
It doesn't. That's what's crazy.
True.
Yeah.
But I guess if you think about it, Mizunara is just an oak, right?
Yeah.
So it's technically it's basically just a double oaked. So it's not. I mean, obviously, it's not finished like we think finished. Whereas, like we think of a port finish or a brandy finish or something like that.
Mizunara can have a different taste to it, though, especially in some Japanese whiskey that I've had.
Yeah.
It's distinct, but I don't pick it up that much in this in that. It's pretty darn good. All right, number 3.
Oh, that's a rye.
Ooh.
I thought the same thing first sniff.
Yep.
This one's a heater.
Confirmed it for me.
Give it the old SJ. I know you guys love it. Oh, yeah. Now that tastes like a Traverse City rye. That like spearmint. That it reminds me of like winter. Like if you're riding a snowmobile in the winter through pine trees.
God damn. Nope.
Danny says, "What's up, Lance and fellas? Sorry I couldn't make it to the annual event. No worries, buddy. It was a good time. Anyone going to bourbon in the barn? No, I'm not gonna make that.
Never heard of her.
I think that's the Bourbon Junkies thing.
Oh,
woo! Yes,
Ed has socks older than that bourbon.
Ed's shirt is older than Ben.
It might be.
I think Ed made there when Elijah Craig shipped the first bourbon to New Orleans, if I remember right.
Man, I was
on the boat. Dude, coming off that Mizunara cast, this is so.
Oh yeah, it's a left turn.
It's taking a minute. It is taking a minute.
I don't mind it. It's got that pepperminty, spearminty like rye. It's warm. I mean, it's got to be 100. It's got to be in 120s.
Yes, I'd say 122.
I agree.
Very spearminty for me. Floral is a lot of rye, but very spearminty.
Yeah.
It definitely is coming off of what we just came off of, which is crazy.
He's like, I put these in order so they tasted horrible as you drank them.
No, I still think this tastes great, but
yeah, it's good.
No, it's good.
I've never picked up that much spearmint in it.
I don't know if you guys have had the New Riff. I think it's New Riff has that.
The Balboa rye.
The Balboa rye. Yeah, I was gonna say
I have.
That is
I have a bottle.
It's a funky ass rye, but I love it.
Oh,
For some reason, and I'm not
It's
into rye,
crazy.
but it's got a weird funk on it, and I love it.
isn't it amazing how the order taste stuff in can affect the taste?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
For sure.
And I tried to put this in an order where I would win. So
Well, we need that.
no, I didn't, honestly. It's actually, I think we're only 1 point apart, by the way. So what's the type on this one?
Right.
Right.
How old?
5 years.
4.
I was gonna say 5 to 6.
Benjamin?
He's still in deep thought. He's in.
I say like 7.
Oh,
I was thinking 6.
okay.
All right.
Final answer?
Well, I mean, what do you guys want to do?
6, 5.
6. I'm with you. I'll go with you guys.
I'm good with 6. I think I do think it's an older rye.
Let's go with 6. Yeah.
Okay. Proof?
122 for me.
I'm good with 125.
I
Okay.
put 121.
Okay. What about you, Ed?
Yeah. I'm in the 120 to 123 range.
Okay.
So
We're
Want to do
all
123? 122.
works for me.
Okay. Distillery.
Oh goodness.
I I have a wild left field guess. And I'm
Tell
going
me
to go
about it, Edward.
I'm going to throw it out there and say Middle West.
I can see that.
I'm going to throw it out there and say Middle West.
I'm with you. Let's go with that.
Middle West, huh?
Yeah, I can see it.
I haven't had a lot of their stuff, but the way Lance is looking,
And I'm going to go.
I'm gonna go with you on that.
Yeah.
If you guys will, and I'm gonna. It's Pennsylvania is where I'm living.
Because I was thinking Traverse City, and that's all I was thinking. So I don't care. So Middle West
Is it finished?
No.
No.
And state.
Pennsylvania.
I'll go with that.
I'm good with that.
I've never had any of Middle West stuff, so
Yeah,
Middle West isn't in Pennsylvania.
I
someone
know,
said
but
Pennsylvania.
but
Where
the
is it?
rye is middle.
I have
Oh,
no
the
idea.
state of the state. Oh, it's in Ohio. So yeah, Ohio.
Is that what you want to go with? I thought you were hedging. And
Ohio.
Okay.
No, I'm hedging on the bottle that I think I know the name, and that's why I said Pennsylvania. But Middle West is in Ohio.
Okay.
He thought you were hedging with a state that no distillery would ever pick. So
That is really good, Bo. The more I have of it, the more I like it.
oh yeah, I like that.
I'm.
It's so what you were drinking was Booker's Rye. No, I'm just kidding.
Bullshit. 100% bullshit right there.
All right. So rye, you got a point. It was a rye.
Oh no
Age,
shit.
you said 6 years. You didn't get a point. Proof 122. You were 2 off, so you got a point. It was 124. Distillery Middle West. You got it. Finished. No. State Ohio.
Oh, it's the Monongahela. Is that the Monongahela?
No, this is the Barrels for Hope pick.
Oh my God, you're
Oh,
you.
That's
about
God
crazy.
dang.
So thanks for
I
not
literally
shitting all
just
over it.
drank that.
No, because
that is the only Middle West I've ever had. That's why I thought when Ed said it, I was like, yeah, let's go.
so when I'm drinking it, I'm sitting there thinking he didn't put the Barrels for Hope one. He put that Monongahela one, that other one that he brought. He put that one in there, and that's
So,
why
I'll
I
tell
was
you
going to
what.
go. Yeah.
So that was A Overholt. Ed. The one you're thinking of.
Oh, that's what that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good thing I got the distillery screwed up. So, all right.
Ed's killing it tonight. What is going on?
It is.
I will tell you. Like I said, my in-laws get all my bottles for Barrels for Hope, and I just cracked that bottle last night and tried it, and I did not get anything I got tonight.
Isn't that crazy?
I just know that I don't want to wish summer away, but I can't wait for Thanksgiving for this freaking bottle right here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
See ya. There we go.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I was trying to get Liz. Liz is in the house. What's up, Liz?
What's up, Liz?
Hey, Liz. What's going on?
Liz, everybody wanted to see you at the bottle shares, but we understand why you couldn't. But man, it is a bummer, man. I wanted to have more pours with you than we did, but thanks for coming to the year-end event. It's always good to see you. All right, you guys are on to the fourth one. You made up some points there. Goodness.
4 is what? Whoa. Again, Lance, this lineup, holy shit balls. You went like left field, shortstop, catcher, bullpen. I mean, you're all over the place.
The color on this one is really odd.
I mean, there's umpires in here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Color.
You guys are destroying me now. What's going on, man?
That's like drinking some rubbing alcohol. This one's hot.
I will say, I don't know if it was the COVID or what, but and I don't know that I have COVID, so I shouldn't say that. But you got to test to know that you have COVID. But I opened one of the dark arts picks, and all I could smell was rubbing alcohol. But my wife said it did not smell like that, so it was just me.
Oh yeah, that's the COVID, man. Because those dark
that is cinnamon red hots times about 60.
This one feels like a light whiskey, like real sweet, like real like corn.
That is finished. That is finished. Got to be.
This is Lance. Is this that freaking what is it? Super aged Fireball, for fuck's sakes?
No, I don't have any of that. That would be fun to put in there.
Thank God.
Though. I'm gonna have some of this little book, chapter 8. It is good.
Thanks.
Some of this little book, Fred No pick.
Yeah, I've got the right one open.
Fred No signed.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning to where Ben was at. I'm like, this is like light whiskey range. This stuff is 130 and change.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's got flavor. It's got flavor to it.
Sounds like Mike's breathing through a CPAP.
What?
Can't see him.
But the
I
wrong
think it's
way.
Brad. I think it's Brad's Mike. I don't think it's Mike.
It's not me. I haven't said anything.
Oh man.
Yeah, your mic's about to go out, Brad.
My bad.
No, then you sounded good there.
Man, that's crazy. It's I don't know if it's finished or if it's just light whiskey. Just like you get that like cotton candy, like real corn, like candy corns on the nose, and I always get that on light whiskey. Proof has got to be pretty high. I bet the age. The age is high too. If it is a light whiskey, because
gotta be high.
Things are like 100 years old, and it's
they're like 24 years old or something.
Yeah. And I'm getting a lot of like on those light whiskeys. I get this like tongue sweat. You know what I mean? Where it's like it just sits there and just emulsifies on your tongue.
No, I do not.
Well, I mean,
no.
It's like taking, if you took like one of those caramel chews, or no, not caramel chews, the hard caramels that grandmas have, and you like a junkie put it on a spoon, put a lighter under it, and then you put that right on your tongue. That's exactly what's happening.
Then you combine it with about 4 cinnamon red hots. That's where you're living, right there.
Yep.
You guys had a different childhood than I did.
So what's the type you're going with?
Oh, Are we
Light
going
whiskey?
light whiskey?
I mean, it's whiskey.
I mean,
It's gotta be.
That's what I would say. I don't know.
It reminds me, it's not quite as high proof as that light whiskey, guys. The Obtainium.
Obtainium.
Yeah, it was like hazmat, but it didn't taste like hazmat. This reminds me of that.
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board with light whiskey.
Yeah, me too.
Good. It's good.
Canadian. Yeah.
But the color is horrible. I mean, this
super light.
What'd you say? White whiskey or Canadian?
Light.
Light
whiskey. I've had light whiskey, and it's not some of those Obtainium and stuff like that, and they're not dark because that climate up there is not. I mean,
it's because they're also aging it in second fill barrels.
Yeah.
What do you think on the age?
If it's light whiskey, it's probably 15 years.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like 12 years.
12, okay. Yeah. 15, 12, yeah.
But I'm fine going 14.
Yeah, I'm fine with 15.
Yeah.
15.
Like, anywhere 15 or 12 or 13, whatever.
Isn't it always hard to go 15 or higher in a blind?
Yeah.
You're like,
because the moment you think higher than 15, I immediately in my head I'm like, that's not Elijah 18, that's not Knob 15.
Yeah.
You know, that's not Rhetoric 22.
I've got a 157 proof Obtainium that is like 29 years old, and it's like chocolate cake all day. But it's the weirdest thing with these things because they just don't drink like that age.
Well, they don't have any color.
If we agree that it's whiskey, it's probably higher proof than we think.
If it's light
whiskey, we're going in the 140 range.
Yeah, I was going to agree.
We all agree it's light whiskey, guys. We got to go up minimum.
We got a 140.
I'm fine with anything.
Yeah, I put 135.
I know it makes it difficult, but I think we all do.
What'd you say, Ben? 135? All right.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I can do that all day. I don't care.
Jesus.
135?
He's like, this is 98 proof.
American Jack. It's Beam White. It's Beam White label.
That Middle West really screwed you guys' palates up, huh? That's weird.
Yeah.
What's distillery?
No, I mean literally no idea.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Who's doing all those light whiskeys?
Something in Canada.
Crown Royal.
Yeah. It's Crown Royal XO.
Pendleton.
No, who's doing those? Who's got those? They look like the stag ball. You know, like the BTAC ball.
Obtainium.
Is that Obtainium? Well, Obtainium. Those are more like stag junior bottles.
I don't know.
True.
Literally, I'm at a lot. I have no idea on distillery. No
idea.
If Obtainium's a distillery, then we'll go with Obtainium because I have no clue.
What are they? Cat's head or cat's eye or something?
Cat's
eye. Cat's eye. Go with that.
That's what you're going with?
Cat's butt.
He's like, he's loving this shit. He's like, yeah, that's what you're going with? Perfect.
Is it finished or not?
Yeah.
There's a chance.
If it's light whiskey, probably not though. If I go back to our start thing, finished. So
that thing is just no.
Okay.
I don't know. I could see it maybe being finished in something.
I could too. I
first thought tried it, you know.
Well, I will say this. I've never seen I haven't seen very many light whiskeys finished.
Jeez, I didn't realize how much shit was floating in this thing. Golly.
You got some floaties in there?
Yeah, if it was floaties, that's COVID beating the shit out of the whiskey.
If it was finished, I would say
no, it's not finished.
I'm just amazed that you guys can see at this point because I haven't been able to see 2 samples ago. I mean,
clearly you can't even see me anymore. So,
yeah, Brad, you've powered through, buddy. I feel like Mike is like in an intercom system.
Now it's like straight up cotton candy. Like straight up cotton.
I was going to say, if it was finished, it would have to be like an apple brandy or some sort of like pear or something like that. But I don't think that's finished.
So you're going no unfinished?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go no. I'll go no. If we believe like yeah.
And then what state?
Canada.
Jeez. Yeah, Canada. State.
What state?
All
Edmonton, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Maybe the one usually stay in state of confusion.
That's
yeah.
You
threw us off on the flight 3.
You did. 4 is whack.
So I put 4 in here to ensure that I would win. And you guys did pretty freaking good because I didn't think there was a way that you guys would even get half of these points, and you did. I thought even if you were good, you weren't going to get the points, but you guys did pretty amazing. Okay, you said type light whiskey. You weren't right there, but you were really close. You're really close. Age, you said 15 years. You weren't right on that. Proof, you said 135. You weren't right on that.
Yeah.
What were we right on?
Yeah, I know.
Distillery, you pulled Obtainium out of your ass and you nailed that. Finished, you said no. So about this point, I was thinking I might win. And then Ed pulls out Obtainium, or somebody did.
I did,
and then state, you said Canada, which is right. It's a Canadian whiskey. So
there we go.
What you're drinking is the let's see. Let me zoom in.
Is that pushing 150?
Yeah, it's gotta be. If it's Obtainium, it is.
Oh, is that the Kira and whatever?
It's the brain candy.
Brain candy. Yeah.
Motherfucker. That's like 157.
It's 150. Yeah, it's like 157. It's 26 years old.
That's I'm telling you. I told you I got a bottle just like that, dude.
I was leaning that like I'm like maybe this thing might be 150, but I'm like nah. It's so hard to throw 150 proof. I mean, come on.
It's impossible when you're in a blind. It's impossible to throw 150 out there.
And no matter what you do, no matter what you're drinking at 100, when it comes in at 150 plus, it does not drink that way.
Yeah.
In a crisis situation, you can run your vehicle on that thing for crying
and
out loud.
You're definitely not going to throw out 26 years old.
No. when it looks like mellow corn, hell no.
It looks like crap. I mean, it really does, but it's not.
It does.
It's flavorful, but there was something.
But it
reminded me of Obtainium that I sent you guys on that live go. But
Jesus, that's nuts.
You guys did amazing, man. You basically bottle guessed 2 bottles tonight. That was pretty impressive.
Out of sheer luck.
And all on his back tonight is what happened.
Ed, man, I mean, the year-end event did him good. I think he learned a thing or two.
I paid attention.
Is that Dobie?
He's been around long enough. He's helped all these national stories out.
My friend Dobie.
I love you, jokers.
He was all over it, man. He was all over it tonight. That was crazy.
I had a good night. All right, I had a good run. Next time I'll be 0 for 63. So,
that's how it goes.
What was the final tally?
11.5 to 9.5. So you needed the Obtainium guess. The Obtainium guess in Canada really won it for you guys, which is crazy.
Awesome.
But I had it set up for you guys to lose for sure. Like
he's like, I had you guys in this, and I was planning on letting you guys lose.
Oh, it was rigged from the beginning. I was like, the Obtainium bottle is going to win me every point. You guys, I thought you might get that it was Canadian, but you said light whiskey, which is close enough, you know. That was awesome.
I'll be honest. If I had not had the Obtainium, a couple of bottles of Obtainium, I would have had no clue that's what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
That is, I'll tell you what, those guys, I have to tip my hat to them. They put out some really good drinkers that taste way lower than what the proof. I mean, really, had I been completely blind and gone, if I'd not known it was a light whiskey, I would have said 115 proof, maybe 120, maybe.
This was distilled in 95 when I graduated from high school, 5 years before Ben was born.
I was 3.
The year that I was born.
It's the year you were
graduated
born?
from. That's
95.
That's the year I. Oh my God!
It's right, Ben. I was 3.
Jesus.
That's the year I graduated from college.
Yep.
For the 3rd time.
I'm amazed.
95, distilled in 95, bottled in 2021.
Wow.
Like I said, I've got a bottle of Obtainium that is similar to that makeup, and it is no joke. If you tasted it, it's like you just bit into a fudge chocolate cake. It is so good, and it drinks like 130, 120, 28, something like that, and it is delicious.
I'll never like reach for a bottle of Obtainium. I just love throwing that stuff in blinds. It's just fun. It's a fun bottle to have.
People try it.
How many sprinkles are left on the top of that bottle, Lance?
It's
the worst.
This fucking thing is the worst.
Every time he touches it, shit goes everywhere.
They dip that goddamn thing in sprinkles.
Every time that bottle gets touched, David and Kira, they just giggle.
The price point on Obtainium is excellent. I mean, you get some really high-aged whiskey at a very, very good price.
Yeah, but I'm never gonna drink it. It's not something I like. I mean, it's fine. It just. I don't know. I'm just not gonna. There's not many Canadian whiskeys or light whiskeys that I'm reaching for on a regular basis. For me,
you're trying to take the shortcut to heaven. You drink a bunch of that.
No shit.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Dude, at 156 proof, you literally feel water evaporating from your toes when you drink that. It's just like it's so crazy. Hot. Ben's face when he took his first sip was hilarious.
Immediately upon taking that, I said, "This is just terrible."
He's like, "It's rubbing alcohol," and I'm like, "Yeah," and put a mouthful of Red Hots on top of it. That's what it.
Awful. I mean, the flavor was much better than the color. The color was
Yeah, but when Ed said cotton candy, that's what I get off that, like vanilla fair taffy cotton. It's a very vanilla forward, but it's so high proof. It has a texture of cotton candy in a weird way. I don't know how to describe that, but it's not complex. It's just a vanilla, high proof vanilla bomb to me. But
that's a good way to put it. High proof vanilla. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
That was a crazy lineup, man.
There was no rhyme or reason to it.
No.
Yeah, but well done, Lance. You. I mean, I know you tried to defeat us, but forces with us. Strong with us.
Yeah. You guys killed it, man. You absolutely killed it tonight.
Hey, would that make Ed the Yoda of the group? He's already Dobby. Would he be the Yoda of the group?
I mean, he's got his green shirt on and
right.
I know.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I am 573 years old. So
that too.
Was that when the Battle of the Bulge was?
I don't know if hold on. Let me hold on. If I'm Yoda, let me get off my box. Okay. There. Hi.
We could make a good Ed Yoda sticker, I'm sure.
Right? Hey, I like that idea.
There you go, an Ed Yoda sticker and say Battle of the Bulge and put it on the frickin' double oaked Starlight pick.
We're gonna do the Battle of the Bulge, but have a little bulge in your pants.
It'll be like EABOD. I will.
Exactly. If EABOD's on there, I'm all over it.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, Power Bourbon put me on their VDN barrel.
Oh, good
I'm
for
on their
you.
sticker. Yeah, I don't want to be, but
yeah. See, Chad's got it.
Jesus,
that guy, I wouldn't associate with him.
You wouldn't trust that guy?
No, not if you weren't brother.
I bet he's got some good stories about you, though. We may need to have him on a live stream.
No.
Who's this, Chad?
That's my brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where's Chad then?
Chad, email me, Lance at Barrels for Hope.
No.
Yeah, do it. Pictures.
Just don't you do it.
Pictures. Come on, Chad. Come on.
Yeah. Send us a few good pictures.
Please do.
We already got your podcast.
We need to get rid of. We need to get the Booker's. We need to get the Booker's tears off of the tornado. The Booker's tears have run their course.
That is what drew me to the tornado.
They're going to do their own podcast. We already called it Brad, Chad, and Thad Talk Fads.
That's right.
Podcast.
The Rhyming Key Boys. That's right.
Oh, yep. That's fabulous.
Well, boys, thanks for coming to the year-end event, man. Thanks for always supporting the channel. Thanks for just being the best friends ever.
Man,
I love you guys.
Man,
love y'all too. Great.
This group's fabulous.
What an awesome event at Barrels for Hope, and as I think it was maybe Mike said earlier in one of our texts, it was worth getting COVID to see you guys.
That's right.
Yep, I look forward to seeing y'all every year. So it's always fun, you know.
Absolutely, and I'll equal Ben's sunrise picture for Montana in 3 days. So.
Nice. Don't send us a picture of you swimming naked like Ben did though in a lake.
I saw too much of that when we roomed together.
Dude, at my age, it's 500 years old. If you jump in cold water, it's game over. You're dead.
Who knew that Ben and Brad both slept al natural?
It's amazing.
Oh, okay. On that note, you all have a good night.
That's the show.
Mike, I could have went 100 years with not ever having that in here.
I agree.
Well,
Jesus.
Sometimes you learn a little too much.
Yeah, never. We can never know too much. I love you guys.
All right, love you.
Good night, everybody.
See y'all.
See you guys.